All right, welcome back. Now, just before we go, more reactions have continued to trail the comments made by the Executive Secretary of Tertiary Education Fund, Suleiman Bagoro. Professor Bagoro had said that quite a number of Nigerian professors are unable to come up with quality research proposals, and that's why they are being denied global research grants. In fact, he said some of the research proposals submitted to TETFUND by professors are so poor, leaving him wondering how they became professors in the first place. But of course, some Nigerian lecturers, professors, of course, have been defending themselves. In the course of the week, I had a chat with Professor Tala Badejo, who is a professor of zoology at the Obafemi Awolowo University. I began by asking him what he made of the comments of the head of TETFUND.
I find it difficult to agree with that statement. I find it difficult to agree with it.
Why don't you agree? Because, I mean,
in every profession, there are people that will score excellent marks. There are people that will be very good, fair, below average, and all that. That's why we score students. There's no profession in the world where you don't have people who are mediocre and whatever.
But let me put this in. Let me put this. Sorry, Prof. Let me put it in proper context now. The Executive Secretary of TETFUND did not say all Nigerian professors. He said quite a number of them, most of them, to be candid, do not send in write good proposals. And of course,
I'm assuring you that there are more professors who write good proposals than those who don't. So I don't know why he should use those few ones to describe the Nigerian professor.
Well, because it says, you know, TETFUND has a research grant, and virtually all of the proposals that TETFUND has been getting from Nigerian professors are just not good enough.
Well, I'm not in a position to comment on that because I do not work in TETFUND. I've not seen proposals, but I know that there are good professors in Nigeria who can write nice and excellent proposals. I've traveled all over the world. I've been in every continent except Australia. That claim is not true. When I was in Germany, there are so many Nigerians in Germany, and we all wrote proposals to be accepted to work in the laboratories where we worked.
But as you said, there are some bad ones. You actually confirmed that. But you're trying to say that, look, these few bad ones are very few and quite insignificant?
In fact, when I say there are some bad ones, all I'm just trying to say is that everybody cannot be perfect. Everybody cannot show the real excellence that we want. But to be a professor in Nigeria takes a lot. To be a reader, your papers will be sent internally to 2 people, then externally to 2 or 3 people.
But don't you think that there is some kind of lowering of standards by especially assessors, if you like? Because a fact is that we've had professors too who have come out to say, look, the processes are not uniform. You have situations where some universities are actually lowering standards just so that they can get professors, and that it also adds, it's like a credit to their institution, so to speak. We've seen situations, for instance, in public universities where some lecturers would leave and go to some universities elsewhere, especially the private ones, and before you know it, they've become professors.
What I'm saying is this. To become a professor is a rigorous exercise. People from outside that university are involved in assessing them.
But are you absolutely sure that every university is following that rigorous exercise? And when you say rigorous exercise, is the requirement and this exercise, is it uniform for all universities in this country?
See, let me give you a small example, or rather let me share my experience with you. When I was the Vice Chancellor of Western University, somebody wanted to be a professor of mathematics, sent me his papers, and I sent those papers out to 3 assessors. And all the 3 of them said, no, this man is not qualified. In fact, the candidate ended up with ICPC because some of his papers were not genuine.
But so you cannot tell if other university vice chancellors are doing the same thing. I mean, you did it quite right.
That very, very many universities are doing it. First genuine universities, serious private universities, and all that. In Afebabala University, you will have to face panels before you are promoted, and all that. And the fact that the assessment process is rigorous, If a university says it wants to do wishy-washy thing, what about the external assessor from another university entirely? So what I'm saying is that to be a professor, I mean, it means it connotes excellence in a way. But among professors, you can now draw a line and put some on the right hand, put some on the left hand, and all that. But to say that Nigerian professors are poor, I mean, are not sound because they cannot write proposals, it's not right. It is not right. You need to come to AU, where you see final students there address seminars, present seminars, MSc students, talk less of professors. So I will not, I find it difficult to agree with that generalization.
So you don't think there's any problem at all? You think everything is fine?
There has never been a time that everything will be fine. When I joined the system, people became professors with less than 10 papers, 10 academic publications. But these days, if you don't have up to 25 or 30, you cannot make it as a professor. So even within, we are trying to raise standards so that we will not promote mediocrity.
Don't you think, Prof? Don't you think, for instance, that this explosion of private universities we have too could be a contributory factor, so to speak? Because, look, you have university explosion in the country. Private universities are springing up everywhere. Where are these universities now going to get their lecturers from?
Thank you very much. Let me give you my experience when I was the Vice Chancellor of Western University. I used lecturers from FUTA, Akungba, OAU, UI, and even Lautech. So my students were exposed to the best of the best. In fact, they were exposed more than the students in this.
But that's the problem. If you were using lecturers from these universities, how then do you expect that they would give in their best? Because it means they will have to be sharing their time. They will have to be sharing their time now between their primary area of assignment and this second job.
Nobody will give more than 2 courses to teach in each semester, and that would allow him to do whatever. Some came on sabbatical, and they were there with us full time. And I made sure that every assistant lecturer I employed was a PhD student. Before I left there, some of them had started the PhD before I left there. So they were homegrown, so to say. Let me tell you this. It is only a careless vice chancellor or a private university that's not what it's all that will promote mediocrity. In fact,
and it's not impossible that we have such vice chancellors and such universities. It's not impossible.
That does not mean that every vice chancellor of a private university is like that. That does not mean.
Of course, absolutely. No.
I'm prepared to say we don't have such vice chancellors until somebody tells me one and tells me what he has done.
All right.
It's very easy to criticize and say some people are not good and whatever, but I would stand for Nigerian professors that our standards are very high, and most of us are well exposed. So I cannot imagine a professor, a university professor, not being able to address a seminar. And I find it difficult to believe that.
It's difficult to believe, but if TETFUND is saying so, and that it's saying so on the basis of what it has seen, then
let him come out with the names and universities where they are.
Well, maybe we wouldn't need to get to that. The good thing is that TETFUND has actually provided some kind of grant now for the training of professors, so that would help.
Let me tell you one thing about TETFUND. Do you know TETFUND does not assist private universities in any way at all. They said it's private. This money is meant to be for public universities. This money is collected from the private setup. So the private universities should even come and contribute 2% of their gains. And I just laughed. I said, every Nigerian, imagine you have a set of twins. One is in OAU, the other one is in Wesley. The one in Wesley is paying 400,000. The one in OAU is paying 25,000. What's the offense of that one? And it's the same government, that runs Nigeria. So the point I'm making is that funds for TETFUND should be extended to private universities, maybe by way of scholarship or by way of loans that they can pay back, so that every Nigerian student has access effortlessly to university education. TETFUND is cheating students in private institutions, and the law that set them up has already excluded private universities. It's such a pity.
Well, maybe TETFUND reasons that those private universities actually, that people who go there...
Only the National Assembly can amend that.
Okay, all right.
Only the National Assembly. I'm not saying they should be paying, they should enable every Nigerian citizen who is qualified for university admission to be able to afford to go to private universities. Oh. With that,
at least that's a different issue altogether.
We'll have a lot of students and they'll be able to cope.
It's a different issue altogether. We'll talk about that some other time. Thank you very much, Professor Talabadija, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Well, there's no question at all that this issue will continue to generate plenty of reactions in the coming days, weeks, and months. But of course, there is a problem that needs to be sorted out. But we'll continue to follow the story and see where it takes us. That's it on the program. If you want to watch it again, it's very simple. Just go to our website, tv360nigeria.com. You'll find this program and lots more there. And you can also follow us on our various social media handles and continue to contribute to this program and more. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again next week. I am Deji. Bye-bye.